How are we all doing? It's been absolutely red hot this week, and you know what? It's been a bit iffy with the fishing. But anyway, Tnux on tour.
Up the Tnux!
So I've drawn peg 2 on signal at Lodge Farm. I've never ever fished on this pond before. Everybody's hating on me because apparently I've drawn a flyer. It's an M peg pretty much, and it looks amazing. Plenty of fish up in the water. We're all on one side of the pond, so we can chuck to the other side if we wish. And this is my view. So what I've done is I've created a long lash about the same length as my top kit, so I can flick it out in front, catapult over it, and get those fish that are too spooked to come up underneath my pole. Boom, fish on. You do have to strike quite high up in the air when you've got such a long lash, but you tend not to miss the bite, to be honest. Even those quick F1s, you tend to get them because you do strike it really well. So I did get a few fish slapping earlier, but I realised that they backed off and then we just could not get them to come in. They really did not want to be in that pole. So that's why I created that super long lash. Just underarm it out, catty over it. Simply lovely. So while I'm playing this fish, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that supported my previous few videos. I did ask for 200 likes and they've pretty much all got 200 already within just a couple of weeks. Thank you so much. Now that I know I have the support of everyone, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and I'm going to ask for 300 likes for this video. So if I get 300 likes, I'll return to the Signal Lake at Lodge Farm and I'll do another video for you. I mean, I've really enjoyed it so far, so it'd be a pleasure to come back. But I need those 300 likes. So I'm using my 0.3 Tnux slapper float. I've got all my starts underneath my float, so the pellet just drops as naturally as possible once my float hits that water. This float creates a brilliant splash when it hits the water, and I'm fairly sure that attracts, I know they do because half the time they try and eat my float, to be honest. That attracts the fish to it. They see that pellet dropping down and they take it, and I think that is why they are so effective and why it is a float that I love so much. I've used them for a few years now and I use them for my slapping, mugging and this long range flicking out stuff. Never fails me. A nice little zoomage / slow-mo. I know you love them. Unfortunately, I can't get quite in to see the bite with this because it is quite far out, to be honest. I'm doing this at about 13 metres. I'm on a grey hydro. I'm on a 0.17 bottom with a 16 Cajun. We have this every time. You know, that hook with a band on. 6mm pellet. And I'm pinging in 4mm. So as always as well, when I'm playing the fish and bringing them back, you know, from my previous videos, I do catapult in regular, even while I'm playing the fish. It's important to keep them focused into a certain area, especially when you peg for peg, like we are. They're going to keep drawing your fish away from you if you're not constantly feeding. So it's important that you do that. So you can just see a ripple there just before I strike. That's where it's took my pellet, started to swim off, and I've reacted to it. Really good bites on this long lash fishing. And it's super effective, especially when you know the fish are up in the water, but they will not come under your pole. It doesn't mean give up on it. It doesn't mean they're not interested. You've got to think outside the box a little bit. Understand that they are spooked by the pole. And create a long lash. You could either do that with a pole with a long lash like I'm doing, or waggler, you know, that kind of thing, slow sinking bomb. There's lots of other things that you can do. You just don't want any shadows coming over them and stuff like that. So there is other methods I could have used, but this is the one I wanted to stick with. I wanted to use my pole. Super effective. I can control my feed better. I can be more accurate, and that is an absolutely banging fish. the exact type of fish I'm looking for when I'm doing this. There is a lot of little F1s throughout this video that I catch. I mean, I say little, I mean, they're not that small, they're definitely worth catching. But they are fast bites, I mean, they are absolutely rapid. I did think about jigging for a little bit. There was a chap to my left, Gary, he did a bit of jigging. He had a bit of success with it. But it's not something I'm massively confident in. It's definitely something I need to work on for myself. I need to do more jigging. It is super effective on its day, but I stuck with this. I felt like I were in control. I felt like I were doing better than everybody else around me at this point, so I had no need to change what I was doing. And this fish is absolutely pulling my arm off. I don't know what Billy does to these fish at Lodge Farm, but they are like terriers. They just never stop fighting. And that is another absolute banger. I'm fishing about 1.5 feet from my hook to my float. I like to start there. I know a lot of anglers will start at 3 foot deep and work their way up, but I could tell the fish were up in the water. You didn't need to be like some kind of, fish guru to understand that. You could see that they were up in the water, so I thought I'd just start at 1.5 feet and work my way up if I needed to. I definitely weren't going to fish any deeper than that. I've just had a little look at that margin there. I've heard lots of mouths that, like trying to suck up as if they're eating something in the margin. I don't know if there was some fish spawning, I've no idea. But it prompted me to have a look, and I'm getting tempted by it purely because it is a spare peg. One of only 3 that are spare on this lake in this match at our side. I've noticed Craig to my left, he's catching in the margin at the far side on the rod. So I'm thinking, well, if he can catch in the margin over there, maybe these fish are happy to be in the margin. So there I am in the world famous yellow tub of micros. You would not believe it's just micros overfilled with water, because it gets me 9 million questions every time anyone sees me. That's all it is, over-soaked micros. So I put some in, straight over it, paste down the margin. This is about 11 meters. So I've gone on the black hydro. I'm having to be really careful here, because as you can see, the platforms come out of the water. Could easily go around the platform legs, break off. There's also all those reeds at the far side that they can get into and break me off on. So you need a decent margin elastic, but the fish aren't really big enough to warrant anything bigger than a 15 elastic. So there you can see I'm using my paste float that I've been using in all my other videos. Double-eyed paste float, £1.35 through the Tnux pole float page. So if you haven't got any yet, try them. They're fantastic. They go under and everything. It's always a good sign when they go under. So, back in the margin. I didn't really feed many big cups in this match. I didn't need to be honest, because I could tell that there were a lot of fish there. And when there's a lot of fish there, you don't really need to feed that much. And paste will feed naturally as well when you strike off or miss a bite, whatever. That's leaving feed there as well. You just want to get something interested and try and get a nice bite. So I would have zoomed in to try and get you a good look at the bites, however, we're a bit too far away, and you can see from the water that there's loads of, like, I don't know, cack on it. Let's just call it cack. Stuff that makes it difficult to see you float with. So yeah, zooming was not going to be an option. But they're all a similar stamp kind of fish. I'd quite a few that were between 3 and 4 pound, and then the odd one that was between 1 and 2. Perfect little paste fish, to be honest. And you've always got a chance when you're on the paste of getting, a beast. Down a margin with paste on equals big fish. Now the lovely takes. I'm really having to wrestle out these fish. Now in this match I did get a couple of double figure carp, I didn't manage to get any recorded, unfortunately, but I did get a few absolute munters. I did also get broke a couple of times, and I did lose a few floats in those reeds over there. They'd have been foul up fish, I've absolutely no doubt about that. All these fish that I've had in the mouth have behaved themselves and come out accordingly. The ones that have took off like a steam train, they're 100% foul loads. And that's the risk that you have when you're next to reeds and platforms and stuff like that. But these can also be the rewards of that. So again, these fish are in absolutely amazing condition. If you've never fished at this venue, Lodge Farm, Billy has done an amazing job on any pond that you're on. They're all full of skimmers, they're all full of carp, F1s, you know, roach, you name it, it's in there, and they're all healthy, they all fight fit. You know, it's a brilliant venue. The match is only £17 to enter, which round our way is quite cheap. I think his pellets are very reasonable, £2.50 a bag, and it gives you lots of them. You know, great cafe as well, make a lovely breakfast. So if you have never been to Lodge Farm Fisheries, I mean, I only attended it last year a couple of times, and it's been something I've done more regular recently, purely because I really like, you know, all the regulars that go. They're all sound, you know, they make you feel very welcome. Billy, I really get on with him well. He makes me chuckle. I love his sense of humour, which are all things that are important. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. If you've not been, get yourself down to Lodge Farm. Have a go. So I've not edited this one as much because I want you to see just how crazy these fish fight. Look at him, he will not give up. Look, trying to get on my platform, then my net, then leg. That's a 15 black hydro, and I've got a lot of it pulled out. It's not a particularly big fish. It's in the mouth. It's just an absolute nutter. Just swam out of my net. Showing off at camera, I think. Look, tiny. just don't stop. It's like doing super Duracells. Ooh, in the fourth net. Fish on. I mean, I really do like pace down the margin. I've really took to it this last month or two. Got me some great results as well. The bites are absolutely epic. If it's not something you've ever done before, give it a go. We've probably got another month or two left of good paced fishing. I know some anglers that use it throughout the winter as well, like break ice and still use pace, so I might even give that a go myself this year, who knows. But get it in while you can. You just might really enjoy it. So my target at the beginning of this match was to get £150. I asked Craig next to me what weight he think would win today, and he said 150 should do it. So naturally I've made that my target. With about half an hour to go to the end of the match, I'd hit 150. So fingers crossed, you know, I was quite confident I might have got the win. However, whenever I looked up the pond, all I could see were elastics flying out all the time. Obviously, I'm on one end, but there is another end to the pond. So, in my mind, I'm thinking I've still just got to keep going at this as much as I can, just in case they're absolutely emptying it, maybe getting bigger fish than me at the opposite end. I know Neil's up there, I know Les is up there, Tom is up there, Nick Atkinson's up there. You know, some real good operators have no problem getting out big fish and getting them out fast. So I just had to assume that, you know, I was chasing them, not the other way around. This fish is really giving me the runaround. You can see in that bowl, look, still loads of micros left. I've got my fourth net in. This is towards the end of the match now, and still I've hardly used any of those micros. So just keep that in mind. If you know that you are in an area that's got a lot of fish in it, don't go crazy with the feed. I only put 1 bag of micros in there. Normally I'd have 2 or 3. Anyway, let's see how we got on.
Which is what Craig said should win it today. Yeah. They were catching well.
So these are some of those bigger pace fish that I caught. I mean, that one in the left there is just filling up that net. What an absolute unit that was.
Proper pace fish, that one. Yeah. There weren't many for that net. I went down margin after an hour, caught 30 to 40 pound up there, and then it went, we're getting hard work, so I thought I'd go at margin, and it never stopped.
So this is Andy's towards the middle of the pond. I fished against this chap a couple of times actually at Little John's. It really does the job there, fishing short, especially in the margins on a top kit. Really known for it, so I were hoping he'd not done the job on me today, to be honest. So this is Les, the famous Les Richmond. Wins a lot of matches here in the over 50s, and to be honest, wins a lot of matches full stop. He came second in the Swallens Festival in the summer this year, so, and I came, I think, 7th, and he won my section as well, so it was hard to watch. He's cool as a cucumber, does the job, does not mess about, and he is really, really tough to beat. So yeah, a bit nervous now.
£30, Paul, I've got £40.
So here we are, Tommy Turner, the guy I have a nugget with. He took it off me the night before at Kiverton Waters. I'm hoping I've done enough to win it back today. He's only got a couple of nets in, so that nugget's got to be coming back home with me. Come on, Babby.
Well, I've had 5 hours down it, Anna. I mean what that kid said. Like I said, with me having that spare peg, I thought I've got to go down it and try it early just to have a look. It went in flipping 3 seconds, but float went. I'm like, right, that's it, I'm sticking, you know. I was going to either about to come over to you for some base, see if you got any, because I was winning profits at the end of mine.
So now on to the next Tnux, Nikolai, aka Nick Atkinson. You can find him on Instagram at Nick Atkinson Fishing. I'd recommend that you follow him. He does great write-up, top angler, cracking guy as well. He'll tell you anything. And I really do enjoy fishing against him. He's been really tough to beat this year. But today, I think I've done it.
You had more bites than you had yesterday, that's for sure. You get them up there? Nah, he's quite tough, Tommy. Oh, he's done it just like the fan. Yeah, he's a good arm.
So this is Neil. You might remember on the last Lodge Farm video I did on the field, Neil was to the left of me, give me an absolute pacing. I think he had 180 or 190 pound on the pellet short. He's up the right end of the lake as well, towards the end of it. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm thinking if anyone's going to do it, it's possibly Neil. But he's only got a couple of keep nets in, so I know he's not beat me. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. He did tell me at the beginning of the match was in the right area. He did say, you know, I should win it from there. So he said kind words. I don't know if it was just to put pressure on me or what, but thank you, Neil. And this is our Grezza. Another Tnux. He's really enjoyed his day. He struggled the night before at Kiverton Waters. DNW. And I just think he came here, he just wanted to seat float, go under, enjoy a bit of sun, as you can tell. What a cracking bloke he is. Probably one of the funniest guys I've ever met. If you've ever been round Grezza, I'm sure we all have the same stories, that he is just absolutely hilarious. He's been really keen to improve on his fishing and get better. And honestly, I am seeing a massive improvement in him, especially since he's been fishing with the Tnux. He's taking it in, taking it on board, and progressing with it. So keep coming, Grezza. It's nice to see thee each week, pal.
Thank you, Nick.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
I can't believe they were still being with it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So this is Billy wanting to prove to me that he's that tight that he kept the tape on that he used on my last video in Lily when he kept the money strapped down. What a tight git. Anyway, here's the results. So I've managed to win it off peg 2, get in with £165 in 6 ounces. Second was Neil Hurst. He had £96, 8 ounces. And then, as you can see there, we've got some section winners. I think Les Richmond came third with £95, 9 ounces. So Tnux in first and third. We'll take that. Tommy's done cracking. Nick Atkinson not too far away. Tommy's done him by a couple of pounds. And Grezza has really enjoyed his fishing on peg 19. So yeah, once again, really loved it. I'd really like to return. Hit that like button. To be fair, I wouldn't have changed anything. I felt like I fished it right. So yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda done it. Ha! I felt like I really got it right this time. So yeah, no improvement required on this pond on this day. If you would like to support my channel, please go to coffee.com/PaulWilkinsonTV, hit the donate button and give what you can. It really does make a difference. Link will be in the description below. As for the floats, go onto Facebook, like this page, Tnux Pole Floats. We post daily, we include delivery, £1.35 per float. You get all the floats that I use, your slapping floats, your paste rigs, your margin rigs. Get yourself there. And until next time, tight lines and siddy.
Your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.